Hello there, everyone. This is Kelly Ann, the High Priestess, bringing you divine messages. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. This is going to be your collective weekly love reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Sagittarius. I'll be taking a look at your recent past, your present, and near future energies for you, and also at any obstacles or challenges that you're currently facing. I'll be asking Spirit for advice and messages as well to help you along on your soul's journey. So let's begin. Let's get a good shuffle on these cards. Okay, let's get started. Actually, let me move this out of the way. Okay, Holy Spirit, guardian angels, my ancestors, and loved ones that have crossed over. Thank you for this gift of divination, and thank you for your blessings and your protection tonight. Spirit, as I attempt to interpret and clarify your messages and advice that you are channeling through me tonight, I ask that you please be as specific as possible so that I may interpret the messages correctly and provide accurate guidance to my seekers, my Sagittarians. All right, so we're going to start with the recent past. I'm getting the Devil in reverse, which is major for Capricorn. I'm also getting the King of Cups in reverse, water energy there. Possibly you're involved with a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio, or you were. Doesn't have to be, it's got the energy, but you also have the Hermit in reverse, major for Virgo. Let's see what else we have. For Sagittarians, recent past energy. This one is dying to come out. And we also have the King of Swords. I'm going to move this down just a little. There's a reflection off my screen, my computer screen. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, first of all, we have 4 cards in the reverse. So for me as a reader, when the whole row of cards comes out in reverse, I'm getting like a disjointed energy, like a disconnected energy, or something that the energy is a little wonky here. Okay. In the recent past, guys, I feel like, first of all, I'm seeing earth energy, I'm seeing water energy, I'm seeing more earth energy, and then I'm seeing air energy. Okay. I'm feeling like somebody here in the past did a lot of thinking about something. Somebody was really up in their head. They were spending way too much time alone, maybe like sulking or brooding or kind of going over things obsessively, like thinking about a certain thing over and over and over again. There was a lot of self-reflection here that went on. I feel like there was a lot of inner work that was being done through whatever this process was. And I feel like somebody was isolating themselves to the point that it maybe became unhealthy. I feel like there may have been like a depressive issue here with this person. Now, I am seeing that somebody here in the recent past was definitely feeling emotionally very disconnected, feeling maybe depressed, like I said, feeling like their emotions were all over the place. They really went through something very emotionally painful that caused them to feel like very emotionally kind of almost like all over the place, like emotions, highs and lows. Somebody here may have been talking to a therapist or a good friend or somebody that they could confide in about what they were going through, because something here is giving me the energy of somebody being very sad, very depressed. Okay. Now I am also getting this King of Swords here. So I feel like there's another energy here possibly of somebody who was trying to be very logical about moving forward and how to problem solve and how to make decisions about the situation, but their emotions were getting in the way. Now, this could be the same person. Somebody was really trying to be very factual. What makes sense? Does this make sense? Is this a logical decision? But because their emotions were so affected here in this situation, I feel like they were having a very hard time being practical and being logical. And as a result, they weren't really able to make any decisions at that time because of their emotions. Now, a lot of it had to do with a situation where somebody wanted to move away from some kind of energy that was very toxic. This could be somebody who maybe is very possessive, somebody who was like obsessively thinking about someone, possessive, extremely jealous, just real toxic energy in a relationship. This could also represent somebody who has addictions, drinks too much, maybe uses, substance abuse, very controlling. Somebody here was trying to get away from this energy, or maybe this is the energy that was causing all of this sadness and heartache. But something definitely transpired here that was emotionally very like traumatic. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like the person that was going through this situation really went through it. They were having a really hard time. Let's take a look at the current energy. Actually, let's start with the current obstacles or challenges for Sagittarius. Current obstacles or challenges for Sagittarius. Okay, so I'm getting the Seven of Wands, and I'm also getting, what is this? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. So your current challenge is coming up as the Seven of Wands. I feel like there's a situation here, Sagittarius, that you're just having a really hard time kind of letting go of. I feel like this is something that you believe in, and I feel like you're willing to fight for this connection or this relationship or this situation. I feel like it's something that you feel has a lot of value to you, and you feel like possibly there's a lot of opportunity here, or you feel like there's a lot of possibility for growth and potential. And because of that, you're not willing to give up. But at the same time, it's posing as your challenge, because I feel like whatever transpired in the past, and I'll get into these cards in a second, may have led you to believe that even though this may have a lot of potential, you may not be able to problem solve your way out of it at this time due to some emotional issue here. Okay, and we're going to get more into that in a moment when we clarify the cards. All right, so I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I have the Four of Pentacles, and I have the Nine of Wands also in reverse. Now, your current energy is indicating that right now you feel like you're kind of going through this bad turn of events, or you feel like luck is not on your side right now. And the reason you may feel that way may be one of two things. The first thing is that you're not willing to let go of something. Okay, straight out. There's something that you're hanging on to way too tightly. Maybe it's your money, maybe it's a mindset about something, maybe it's some kind of materialistic like object, or a thing that you think holds a lot of value. Maybe it's even a person or a relationship or some kind of idea that you have about something, but you're holding on to it way too tightly. I feel like the reason you are holding on to this thing is because you feel like if you let go of this thing, you may not get it back with this Wheel of Fortune, because you're I'm kind of getting the sense that you're kind of teeter-tottering on what to do about this thing. But I feel like there's fear here. I feel like if you let go, you're afraid you're never going to get this thing back, whatever it is. Now, with this Nine of Wands in reverse, I'm strongly feeling like somebody is sort of ready to kind of throw in the towel here. Like you feel like you've been fighting for this. You feel like maybe you've been through it. You're tired. You're exhausted. You've kind of, it's like battle wounds almost here, right? Like you've been through it for so long that you're almost ready to kind of give in the towel, throw in the towel here and kind of give up on a situation that you've been clinging on to for a very, very long time. Like you're not really willing to give it up, but it's not really serving you, right? With this Wheel of Fortune, it's really not bringing you any satisfaction. It's not really letting you progress forward. It's not really, letting you kind of proceed in your life, whatever this is, right? And that's why I feel like with the Seven of Wands, it's kind of posing as your challenge because like you believe in it, but at the same time, you're kind of ready to kind of throw in the towel here, yet you're not really willing to like let it go. So it's like I'm getting like this mixed energy here. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your last reading was sort of similar, something about like the opportunities were there, but you're not making any progress. Why, that kind of thing. I don't remember specifically, but I remember it had something to do with that. So this may be a carryover into that energy. We're going to clarify this in a moment as well. Let's take a look at your near future. What's around the corner for Sagittarius? What's around the corner for Sagittarius, please? All right. So we have the King of Wands. That could be you. Fire energy there in reverse. Eight of Swords. Six of Cups. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. Interesting. All right. So here you are, your King of Wands. This could be you. This could also be Leo. This could also be Aries. You're in reverse here, though. So I feel like in the near future, what you don't see coming is that you're definitely going to be exhibiting this inconsistent hot and cold energy about whether or not you're going to pursue something or take action towards something, or if you're going to pull your energy back and not pursue that thing, which is very similar. And this has kind of been the theme with a few readings for you, Sagittarius. There's kind of going to be those highs and lows, those ups and downs. Yes, I'm motivated. No, I'm not. I'm definitely into this. Now's not a good time. It's like this constant back and forth energy, right, with this Knight. And I feel like that's what you're not anticipating, is that inconsistency in your behavior. Like maybe right now, like I said, this is posing as your challenge because you don't want to give up on something, yet at the same time, you're like afraid to let go of something else, and you're ready to maybe throw in the towel with that, but you're not sure, and you feel like if you let it go, you're going to have a bad turn of events or something. Like I feel like there's a lot of inability to make decisions here and a lot of inconsistency in terms of how you feel about certain things or about a certain situation. Now, I am seeing here also in the near future with this Eight of Swords that you may be your own worst enemy here. There's like definitely a sense of like a self-sabotaging, self-limiting headspace here for me. And I feel like that's what's causing you to feel like you can't really get anything to launch. Like you have these ideas about what you want to do and how to take action and how to proceed, but you feel like maybe now is not the right time, or you feel like, oh, that's not going to work. I'm not going to bother trying. And there's definitely this like inconsistency in motivation, inconsistency in drive, and whether or not you're going to pursue this thing. There's definitely like an inconsistency in kind of, making it happen, like in terms of like, all right, now I'm going to take action. No, I'm not. Now's not the right time. Like I keep getting this like back and forth energy feeling here. I feel like with the Six of Cups that there's definitely some sense of like nostalgia or longevity here. There's definitely a sense of history with this person. where there are fond memories. There's definitely like a loving energy here. But at the same time, even though there's a loving energy here, I feel like this setup is very self-defeating. I feel like it's not really benefiting you. It's almost like creating a pattern of self-sabotage, because it's like you're not willing to let go of it because of the nostalgia and because of the loving feelings, yet you're tired and exhausted and you want to let go of it. You're afraid to let go of it. You want to embark on something new, but you feel like it's never the right time, and then you lose your motivation. So, like I said, when I said, I feel like you're your own worst enemy, I feel like a lot of this lack of progress, or a lot of this inability to actually take a stand and act on what it is that you want, comes from your own insecurity within your own head. Like, it's almost like you kind of twist things around and kind of convince yourself of things just so that you don't have to take action. And then you kind of go into that depressive kind of state because things are not working, if that makes any sense to you. And of course, as I'm doing this reading, if things resonate, please let me know. Let me know in the comments if this is hitting the mark for you. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, guys, please go ahead and do so. It really helps me out here on YouTube. And, this is kind of like my passion. I've been doing this for at least on YouTube since March. And, I'm trying to get my channel going. So, that's how we, move forward on here, is by getting like subscribers. And then, once we get to a certain number, we get to have ads on our channels, and that's how we start making money. So if you're enjoying what I'm doing here, if you've been watching my readings and you appreciate, what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe. You can comment, you can, share the video. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so we have the 9 of Pentacles here, but it's in reverse. So what I strongly feel here, right, I was clarifying the 8 of Swords. What I strongly feel here is that although I'm feeling 2 things, actually. Although you may feel like you have enough financially, you may feel that on your own, you don't feel comfortable. Like in terms of paying the bills and kind of managing things. That's what I'm feeling. Like you're very wary about being single and being on your own. Like you don't know if you could swing it, that independent thing, right? Tell me about this 9 of Wands here. Okay, I'm getting the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is clarified by the 9 of Wands, and they're both in reverse. That is not a coincidence. I have 2 decks here. Yeah, somebody's definitely ready to give up. Somebody is ready to throw in the towel with whatever the situation is. Whatever it is that you've been sitting on for a really long time, and you're kind of afraid to let it go. You're starting to get the sense like, you know what, this just isn't working. It's not progressing. It's not letting me move forward with my hopes, my dreams. It's not getting me to where I need to be, where I feel successful, where I feel abundant, where I feel like emotionally satisfied. Okay, which is what I was saying before. Now tell me about this 7 of Wands as your challenge. Tell me about your 7 of Wands. Thank you. All right, you have, the 3 of Swords. Now it makes sense. Okay, so the reason you're not willing to give up on this is because you really believe in this setup, whatever this is, this situation, this relationship. But at the same time, that's what that kind of discrepancy was that I was picking up. something here was very, very disappointing to you in the past. Something here was very hurtful. There was some kind of heartache or heartbreak here. Remember, I had said that earlier, that somebody really went through it? It's right here with this Three of Swords. Okay? So you may believe in it, and you may feel like you're not willing to give up on it because you feel very emotionally drawn to this person or to this relationship or to this thing. You're so worried about feeling that way again that you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. You're afraid to let it go, but at the same time you feel like you want to give up on it. Funny. I mean, it's not funny. I mean, it comes out the way it's supposed to, but it's funny that that card came out there. Okay, so let's take a look at the King of Wands in reverse. Why are you so back and forth? Too many. Why are you so back and forth? Let's find out. Why is the King of Wands here in reverse for my Sagittarians? The Knight of Wands, like I was saying, what you don't see coming, even though there's like a back and forth energy, the Knight of Wands is really somebody who's kind of like full of ideas. They're full of like, notions of how to proceed, how to take action. They're very passionate, very driven. Um, and you may not anticipate that. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. So possibly the reason that you feel like you're unable to take action in the near future, or that you're unable to pursue what it is that you want, it has to do with this earth sign person, this Queen of Pentacles. This is a mature feminine energy, an earth sign person, possibly a Virgo, possibly a Capricorn, possibly a Taurus. Doesn't have to be, it's just about the energy. But there's somebody here that's kind of affecting your ability to move forward, or affecting your ability to pursue what it is that you want. And you feel like you can't pursue what you want because of this person. That's what I'm strongly getting. This earth sign person. I want to know more about this Eight of Swords, though. Tell me about this Eight of Swords moving forward for Sagittarius. The Eight of Swords. Oop. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. Interesting. So there's definitely some worry here, some anxiety, some stress about the situation. And I feel like you're trying to learn, like you're trying to acquire knowledge. You're trying to get as much information possible about the situation right now so that you can use that information later on. Maybe you're looking into things. Let me move these down. Maybe you are trying to gain information about a situation or a place. Maybe you're thinking about traveling or taking on a new hobby, or maybe the information that you're just trying to gather has to do with this relationship, or possibly, this person, or this situation. But you're definitely trying to acquire some kind of knowledge here. All right. But there is definitely some kind of worry or anxiety about the situation. Remember, I was saying this is like a self-sabotaging energy. It's like you almost are like causing things to fail on purpose subconsciously, just so that you don't have to make a decision here. If that makes any sense. Because sometimes our subconscious mind does do those things, right? Like things will be working out great, and then suddenly we just like come out with something or do something or say something, and you're like, why did I do that? But it's because something in your subconscious feels like you're not able to pursue this at a certain time, or maybe you're not able to act on something, or maybe you just feel like you can't make it happen for whatever reason. And sometimes when things don't work out, that's more comfortable for us, believe it or not. So like I said, I feel like there's some kind of self-defeating kind of headspace here, because there's definitely, fond memories with this person. And I feel like, whatever this is, this may be why you're having such a hard time moving forward, because of this person that it may be affected here by your choices moving forward. Okay. All right, let's get some advice from Spirit. Let's see what's going on here for you. Can I have some advice for Sagittarius, please? Advice for Sagittarius moving forward. What should they do? What can they expect? Advice or messages for Sagittarius. What do you want them to know? Thank you. Listen to your intuition. What is your gut telling you to do? Stop trying to be so logical with all of these swords. The Eight of Swords, right? Stop trying to be so logical. What is your intuition telling you? What is that little voice telling you? Follow your heart, follow your gut. We all have that little voice, that little itch. We can't always put our finger on it, but we know which way it's kind of pushing us. You know, we know which way we're leaning toward, right? Like if you were going to follow your heart, what would you do? Without, not the logical part of it, not what the facts are, not what everybody tells you you're supposed to do. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. That doesn't make sense. What does your heart tell you? I say this over and over and over. The heart wants what the heart wants, no matter what anyone tells you, no matter what logic says. If your heart wants to pursue something, you're never going to get rid of that feeling. Listen to your intuition here, Sag, and this is going to guide you in the right direction. Okay, so before we wrap that up, let's just see what your person wants to say to you, or what are their feelings. What are the feelings, or what does this person want to say? I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. So whatever transpired between the two of you, there's definitely, I'm feeling like there's a sense of karma here. This could be like a soul tie between the two of you, right? Sometimes, karmic ties are painful because they're life lessons. People are put in your life for different reasons, right? There's a reason for every season. I bury myself in work to forget you. Is that what you're doing right now? Sag, you're burying yourself in work to forget somebody, forget the pain, forget something, or vice versa. Maybe they're working a lot. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Remember I was talking about that Nine of Swords? The Nine of Swords is just that. It has to do with insomnia, losing sleep, waking up in the middle of the night. You can't stop, you can't get that out of your head, that obsessive thinking. Just not being able to kind of find any peace because we're so anxious, worry. Okay. I definitely feel like almost bad for you because I feel like there's such a tug of war here going on within your own body. Like I feel like there's like this logical piece of you that kind of keeps you on the straight and narrow, but at the same time your heart is pulling you in a completely different direction. You feel like you believe in something very strongly, but you can't seem to find the motivation to pursue that thing. But what you don't see coming, like I said, I feel like even though there's that inconsistency here, this night really wants to move towards something or take action toward a certain direction here. The only thing I feel that's stopping you, though, is this history possibly with this earth sign, with this Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But I feel like any energy that you have with this person really lends itself to being very self-defeating and self-sabotaging, self-limiting, right? All right. Everybody has free will. You can decide, right? Happiness is a choice. It's not a given. So, it's up to you. But again, Spirit is letting you know that the best way to handle this is to listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, because you'll never go wrong if you do that. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time and for listening. I hope that this reading has helped you in some way. Um, I hope to see you at your next reading, guys. Please always remember to keep gratitude in your heart no matter what. Thank you so much, and God bless.